Yo, what up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So what I have here is the TEYES CC3 unit. Actually upgrading the stereo on my Honda 2006 Honda Accord. The reason I went with this unit is because I have this stereo, same exact stereo on my Dodge Grand Caravan, and it's smooth. I like it. The interface is nice. It's easy to operate, and then no glitches, no nothing. So it was a no-brainer when deciding to upgrade the radio on the Honda that I'm gonna go with the same unit. So it comes with the AC wires, main harness, camera. It has the mic and then GPS antennas and 4G antennas. And what I like is that you can put a SIM card. There's a slot right there for the SIM card, so you can have internet whenever you want, or you can just do the through your phone, and then it'll get it the hotspot. So this is the one that I'm installing. So let me get everything together, and I'll show you guys, and I'll walk you through the process. All right, guys, so I'm back here at the car. So in order to get this unit installed, I got to remove a couple stuff. I got to pry up on this, and it's going to have 3 screws there. And I got to remove some of this panels right here in order to get to the other 2 screws that are under here to remove this head unit. So let me get this going. All right, guys, so I ended up removing this piece right here. All you got to do is pull it forward and pry it up. This gives you access to those 3 screws right there. And then you got to remove this piece. So you have to start by taking off this piece right here, which is that one. Make sure you unplug the heated seats if you have that. And then from there, you're going to get this piece right here, which is the ashtray piece. You pull on the little cover, which is this one. And that's going to give you access to these 2 screws right here. Once you see this one here, there's 2 screws. And then that piece comes off. Just disconnect the cigarette lighter. And then to remove this piece, there's 2 screws right there. 1, 2. From there, just gotta go under here, and there's 2 more screws, which is this one and that one, and that's gonna release this head unit. All right, guys, so I just finished wiring up the unit, putting all the wires in place, and I wanted to show you for the 2 USB cables. I'm running it off this box. It has some basically like grooves back there, little spaces. Just bent down this carpet tab and ran the wires through there, so I can run them up through the back and connect them to the unit. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. And I ran the GPS, the 4G antenna, and the 5G Wi-Fi through here, right here, and I'm gonna be putting them under here so you can have a good signal. All right, as you can see, I loosely mounted the unit here because I'm putting the GPS antenna and the rest of the antennas here. So I mounted 2 here and the other one back there. And I'm gonna do some cable management here to make sure everything looks good and nice, and that nothing is just flopping around. And to this one, I just ran it through the bottom up to the unit, connected it. So now I'm just gonna put everything back in place. And I'm gonna be running the mic. I'm gonna be running the mic from here all around the side and back to the unit. All right, guys, for the mic, I set it up right here. I just ran it through the pillar here, all the way down here. I took off those 2 covers to give me more space, which is the cover that goes up here and the one on the bottom. So now I just gotta route it in here, under here, and back to the stereo. All right, guys, so I wanted to show you where I ran the cable from. You can see it right there. I zip tied it under here, under this existing wire loom. Ran it through there and came up through here. As you can see the wire right there. I zipped up the cables here, the axis, and connected it right there to the mic. All right, guys, so next thing I'm gonna be doing here is I'm gonna be installing the rear view camera. So TEYES supplies the rear view camera, this one right here, but I don't really like the look of it, and then the lines is too bulky. I don't want to open a big hole in order to get this piece through the trunk area. So I ended up getting this one, the Kita. I have it on my Dodge Grand Caravan, and so far so good, no issues, nothing. The clarity picture is really good, and I like the way it looks. It looks like OEM. So this is the one I'm be installing, and you see the profile for the, if I need to drill a hole, is very small compared to the other one. So let me get this one set up, wired up, and I'll walk you through the process how I'm installing this one. All right, guys, so just wanted to show you where I'm mounting the camera. I have an empty hole here. I don't know what went in there. Probably is the key lock or something, but that's the way I got the vehicle, so that'll be a perfect spot. So I just end up drilling the hole a little bit bigger in order to fit the camera through. So let me show you how that mounts. All right, as you can see, I ran the wire So I'm gonna insert the camera inside the hole, and it has a double side tape here, which I'm gonna peel back so it can kind of hold there. And then with the supplied screw, I'm gonna run it through the cable and tie it up on the other side. All right, guys, so that's how the camera's sitting right there. And there's enough space in here to get the screw on, if you can see right there. Right there. I haven't done the final tie down because I'm gonna angle the camera to see if it's okay, but that's what's gonna basically sit like that. All right, guys, so the cable's here for the camera, and this will be the power cable right here. So you connect the other end to this, that's gonna give it the signal. And as far as power, I'm gonna hook it up to this, which is the reverse light, negative in power, and that should trigger the stereo. As soon as I put it in reverse, triggers the camera. And then I'm gonna use the existing wire loom here to run the cable all the way to the front. All right, guys, wanted to show you, I got everything connected right here. Just plug in the camera to the wire harness. I zip tied it, bunched them up to keep the wires under control here. And here's where I wired it up to get power. So I did it to the green one, which that's powered, which is gonna trigger the camera as soon as you put it in reverse. And ground, I just put it up to here, right there. And through the back, I zip tied it through here. And then here's where I'm gonna be running the cable down. All right, so I got the cables plugged in. Everything is zip tied down. So I ran the wire through here. I run the existing wire loom through here, behind this panel right here, and then up to the back of the seat, which I ran it through here, and I tucked it all around the side through here, under here, and now the wires here. Now all I gotta do is tuck it all, the remainder of the panels, to the front and connect it to the stereo. All right, guys, so I tucked the wire through this panels right here, ran it under here, popped up this one so I can run it through here all the way through the existing wire loom. Pull this back to run it through here. I ran it on the bottom, took off the panels from here to get better access, and I just zip tied the wire all the way around this existing wire loom right here, if you can see. And then from here, what you gotta do is run the wire, zip tie it here, zip tie the remaining wire together, and now you connect it to the camera in, and you got to connect it to this brown wire, which it says reverse. That triggers, well, so that let the stereo know when you put the car in reverse to connect the camera. So I used one of these to sort of solder the cables together and heat it up with a lighter. So now all I gotta do is put everything back and then show you. All right, guys, so as far as this cable, zip tied them and just pushed them down here. And I noticed as I was putting the unit back that this brackets right here, if you see here, that's the way they were set up. But as I'm putting it back, they're hitting right here. It's not letting the bezel like sit flush. So I moved this one to the corner. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this one, and let me see how it mounts, if it sits correctly. All right, as you can see, I switched over the brackets to see if they fit flush now. Also, quick note, I transferred this little metal clips from this side, all four from the original unit. All right, guys, so moving those brackets on the sides did the trick. Now it's sitting flush. It wasn't sitting flush before. I had a nasty gap here, but now it's good. Now what I do is put everything else in reverse order and I'll be done. All right, guys, you can see everything else is put back together. Everything's working properly. I got my USBs here in case I need to get to them. And in order to get your AC working properly, there's a couple setups we have to do. So you go to settings, car model, enter canvas settings, and this is what you need to click. This is a configuration in order to get your AC to work properly. So once you do that, you bring down the screen like that, and then you hit the reboot. Once you reboot, then you'll be able to get your AC working properly. So let's go back. And if you can see, there you go. The screen pops up right there, and then that's how you control it, and you turn it off. Like that, and it goes away. So the next thing I did for mine, because I do have the steering wheel controls, you go to settings again, steering wheel settings, and here's where you set it up. So the way I gotta set it up is this button goes up for a volume up, volume down, track up, track down, and I use this button right here for the calls, to answer calls. So what you do is you click on this button right here, you hold down, let's say, the volume down. As you're holding volume down, you press volume down, and that's gonna register it, and you press the check mark, and that's it. And you do the same things for each one of them. So that's how you do that. All right, the next thing I wanted to show you was the reverse camera. Once it activates, there you go, and you get a full screen, which I like. And there's a couple settings, there's extra lines that you get with this camera, which this is the way I like it, but I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So you go to settings, you go to the factory, and the password is 168, confirm. Then you scroll down to original agreement, and here, see it says reverse parking lines. I have it clicked off, but if you click it on, you get extra added lines, which I don't like. I'm not gonna be using those, so I just click it off. All right, guys, the next thing I wanted to show you is the Bluetooth. So you click here, and here's the Bluetooth. So you can, this is for your phone calls and your Bluetooth music to connect it. Mine is already connected. So you go here and then start searching, and then you link it, and that's it. That's all you have to do for the Bluetooth. And then for the Apple CarPlay, go to a car link, and it's gonna look for it. And there you go. You got your wireless Apple CarPlay. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. Any comments, questions, concerns, leave them down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.